Hi, welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe and share and give me any ideas of what you think you would like to hear me talk about. Just remember that my eyes are a bit, so let me go get my glasses. Okay, I'm back. So I did a video about debt, and I'll put the link in the description to that video. And then today I just remembered a few of the things that I tried to do when I was trying to get the extra money to get out of debt. Wow. The biggest nightmare was the multi-level marketing, which is what I am going to talk about today. So multi-level marketing is not a pyramid, but it's one of those things that people, I don't know. Well, so basically, either they have a product or they don't have a product and they have services or whatever. But basically, you're supposed to refer people, and then that's how you make your commissions and stuff like that. So they do have a lot. They do sometimes have good products because I joined quite a few. I joined one which had makeup, had very good makeup. I still use their makeup. I joined one which was for weight loss. Nah, the shakes were horrible. But yeah, it did not really help me much. I joined one which had a beauty product. I joined one which had but most of them were actually, come to think of it, slimming or beauty products or stuff like that. Anyway, then there was also the ones for traveling. I don't know why I joined that one because I don't even travel that much. Well, in short, I did a lot of trials and error when I was trying to find my way of making money, which of course was, yeah, okay, basically I was trying to get rich quick. So those get rich quick things don't work. I don't care what people say. If it was that easy, everybody would be rich. Trust me, broke people are the most hardworking people in this world, but they're broke. So anyway, what happened was, so I joined the first one, and it sounded simple. It sounded interesting because the sales pitch was, oh, you will be your own boss. Look how much I have made. Look at the car that I've bought. I quit my full time job at a bank to work this full time, and I'm spending more time with my kids. I'm making more money in a day. Well, I'm making more money when I'm sleeping than I ever thought I could ever do. I'm planning on taking early retirement. I'm doing a lot of vacations now that I don't have to work. And, basically, it was just the dream. And I was like, wow. So, all I need is what? To get three people, right? Well, Aaron told me five people. And I was like, okay, I don't need all that extra. So, the three people should be fine. What you don't realize is you need to get three people who will also get three people who will also get three people who will also get three people. After a while, by the time you're getting that car, you've actually exceeded the population of the earth, I think, because honestly it's impossible. It's nearly impossible, because if you're recruiting everybody who's buying the products, you know anyway, so I went to work, and I am quite diligent. When I want something, I really go for it. So I dedicated myself to it, and I started working so hard to get it. And oh, I was, man, I was working. I was seriously working. I was putting it on Facebook. I was going for the meetings. I was walking around, and yeah, it was, and spending the little bit of money that I had, thinking, okay, fine, if I just invest in this, okay, so I won't pay my insurance bill, my health insurance bill this month. I take that money and invest it in this business, and then by next month, yeah, I will have recruited two, three people, and then this and this and this will happen. Turns out everybody else had already caught up before I even got to them. And yeah, so it was, one thing after another, after another, after another, and I did like the products. I never got to sell anything that much, but one, I think the products are overpriced, and I think they're overpriced so that they're able to get uh, the money for the commission to give the uplines. And the second thing is, most of those products you can actually get them somewhere else at a cheaper price and without the commitment of having to subscribe for a whole year or for to become a distributor or all that nonsense. So a few times I kind of wished that somebody would have just told me straight to my face that what the F are you trying, because this is nonsense. Anyway, I did so I did quite a few of those, and the one thing in common that they had was, I mean, apart from the sales pitch, what I've just said, giving you all this motivation and all, they kind of have a sense of community, because what happens is when you join, you're with the other, so your upline has to keep you motivated, because you have to perform for her to make her, he or she to make her commission or his commission. Yeah, for them to make their commission, you have to perform. So they have to be good to you, and it feels like having a sister. So when you're in a place where you're lonely, because that's exactly where I was at that time, I was in a place where I felt like I didn't have friends. I felt like I was kind of lost. I was just, walking around, floating around. Unfortunately, I unfortunately one thing led to another, and there was with stuck with all these extra burdens, and I don't know, sometimes you just one thing, and it feels, how do I say it, so when you are at a place where you have a lot of stress, you are in financial need and all that, and then somebody comes and tells, somebody, it's like you're in a desert, somebody comes and offers you water. So you're drinking that water. Believe me, whether that person was evil, mean, you will become indebted to that person. So this is someone who's giving you hope at a place where you've lost hope, and you're thinking, man, I've lost my job, I have all these debts, I don't know where my next rent is coming from, I don't know where my next meal is coming from, and then someone comes and tells you, listen, you have what, this much amount, okay, how about you take that money, and then you add 2 3 friends who are also looking for an opportunity, and then at the end of the year, no, at the end of the month, you will have doubled whatever you had invested. Think about it, and you're like, I can help my friends. So you go, get in, and of course, most of the time you're surrounded by people who are in the same situation as you. So you go, join, get 2 or 3 other people, and then they join, and then well, you make a little bit, they have to continue hustling, trying to find those 2 other 3 people, and then at some point you realize that now you're not making anything anymore because they do not have anybody. And then you realize that if you have a conscience, you realize that you have just made your friends lose some money for you to be able to make that money. And and then and then the cycle continues, because what happens is after that you go like, okay, maybe it was just this product that was not good, because that's what used to happen. And I think now with the algorithms it's even worse, because okay, now I've just blocked it out of my mind, but even back then, once you start, all of a sudden there are quite a lot. So you're thinking, maybe it's just this product that's not moving. But because honestly, it does make sense. When you think about it, it does make sense. I can help somebody to sell a product and recruit others, and we can make money and we can be free. So it does make some kind of sense, which I don't know what. Well, should I really say it makes sense? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Well, when you're in that situation, it makes sense. So you go there and you're recruiting and you're doing all this and you're selling your products and you're doing all the painful things, and and at the end of the day, what do you get? You get one, people start ignoring you. You start being known as that multi-level marketing person, the crazy person, because honestly, it feels crazy. Then the second thing is the fact that now you will be okay. So you're stuck being the person who nobody wants to be around. You feel guilty for having dragged your friends into it, and you will have lost money and wasted your time when you could have been doing something more productive. Um, it does work for a few people, and it's great that some people do make it. But then I think it's like the 1%, the people who originally joined. So the advice that I can give is it's totally up to you how you decide to spend your extra money or your extra anything. But I think multi-level marketing is just it's it's not a victimless crime, honestly, because that money comes from somewhere. It comes mostly from people who are very desperate. It comes mostly from people who are thinking that this is a way to put food on the table or to pay that extra medical bill or something like that. And you're taking advantage of the fact that these people have nothing else, well, frankly, it makes you a bad person, especially when you know what you're doing. Now I've told you, so now you know. Um, However, I don't know. I think sometimes we're just too optimistic, especially when you feel like you've been so negative for a long time, and you're thinking, okay, if I do this, then maybe it will get me out. Now, if you're doing it from a good place in your heart, you have a multi-level marketing business and you're selling stuff, if you're selling stuff and you're making the money and you're happy about what you're doing, then do you. I mean, personally, I think as long as the money is coming in, it's fine. But if you're conscious, because like me, my conscience was not allowing me to continue because I kept feeling like, why am I taking advantage of people? Funny thing is, a lot of those products, I still use them. I stopped being a distributor from Mary Kay, but I still buy Mary Kay products from other people who are distributors. Because I mean, they have things that are good. I love their some of their creams. I love some of their lipsticks. Well, I'm a lipstick addict, but anyway, I love some of their things. I'm actually wearing a Mary Kay lipstick, I think. Anyway, so uh, yeah, there are a few things that I do take. Once in a while, I take the Herbalife chocolates because I got addicted to them. I know, sounds weird. Weight loss chocolates, but anyway, I didn't lose any weight, but I loved the chocolates. A few things like some creams from New Skin. I still use those because I fell in love with them. So there are things that I can still use. So I still do promote the distributors. I just think the system where you can only make and giving people false hope. I think sometimes it would be even better if they just told you that, listen, you buy the stuff, you sell them. If you sell them, you make this much money. If you want, you can add these people. Let the recruitment be a secondary part, but not the main way for you to make the money. And then that way, if you have extra money and you have extra time, why not? You never know. You might end up being one of the 1%. But for some, if you but going to look for somebody who doesn't have, and that this is they're taking their rent or they're taking their grocery bill to do the business, then I think that's just wrong. And I think, well, if you have a conscience, then you would need to really think about that. Anyway, so that's it for today. Another thing that I tried actually when I was trying to get out of debt was gambling. Oh my god, that was not fun. Let me tell you, if you have those gambling sites on your phone or you're registered to any of them, just get out of those things. We'll talk about my gambling issues another time, but whoa, those things cost me. I when I think about it now, I could have gotten out of debt so much faster if I wasn't trying to get out of debt fast. You understand? If I would have just gone at the normal pace which I ended up going at, it would have gotten me out of debt about a year before what I got into debt for. So it's kind of ironic sometimes. Slow and steady wins the race. Okay, my people, let's see each other later. I now have to get ready to work and have a nice day. Bye bye. See you all in 2 days.